Hello and welcome in. My name is Drumroll Tony. I'm a streamer on Twitch, musician and music teacher living in Seattle. So really quick before we get into the video, just a moment of gratitude. I just want to say thank you for being here. This has been an exciting ride for me. Music's been a part of my life for a long time. Content creation, I've had a couple different variations with it from Twitch to other YouTube channels. This has been the most fun. I feel the most passion with it, and it's been awesome creating almost daily to give you new videos. Thank you for being here. If you subscribed, thanks for being part of this community. If you haven't yet, think about joining it. It's been awesome. The Discord's been amazing, watching everyone grow together. I'm like witnessing friendships happen real time. It's been so much fun. And those of you that support on the Patreon, thank you so much for going the extra distance. It's like blowing my mind. Anyway, always give me your feedback. I love going the directions that you want me to go. This has just been super enjoyable. Today on YouTube in the community page, I put a poll up asking everyone to vote for which video game franchise they want to see for the next reaction musical analysis video. The choices were Sonic, God of War, and Guilty Gear. And here are the results of the vote. Sonic taking 20%, Guilty Gear taking 21%, and God of War with a commanding 58%. Okay, so there's an obvious winner in the percentages here in the vote, but then I started reading through some of the comments, and some folks wrote some passionate stuff about the games that they love. And I thought, why don't we just do all three in one video? Because I do multi-anime opening videos, so why don't we do a multi-game video? So that's exactly what we're going to do in this. Let me know if you like it. If you don't like it, it's something new. So anyway, I'm excited. Let's get into it. All right, first up is Sonic Frontiers to be exact. This video is the most recent suggestion in my Discord. And okay, first and foremost, when I clicked it, it took me to this channel. This is the YouTube channel Yesman10, and it looks like they've made an animated lyrics video. So that's where we're getting this from. That's very cool that they did that. The piece is called Find Your Flame. It's the night theme. And yeah, let's get into this. Oh, we obviously set the tone with that like ascending groove there in the rhythm guitar, and there's this it's super notey in the background and lead, and then we have our like reverbed out like in the distance vocals going on. Very cool.
I'm here to go beyond my limit, not to compromise. And you can tell me if I mean it, looking in my eyes. Cause I've been waiting for my moment to strike. So come close, let me show you what it's like. Yeah, you can try to stand in my path, but you're gonna regret it. I'll be the one who laughs last while I'm making my exit. Cause this is only for the strong of heart, not if you get it. And no matter what the outcome, you better accept it.
Interesting. So those two sections were equal in length. But it was kind of cool because the first half of the first section was 4 on the floor bass, but then we came into more of a rock beat, and then the second time through was like the halftime groove breakdown. So whatever you want to call this vocal style, it's like it reminds me of like 90s kind of like a cinematic rock, where it's not singing, it's not rap, it's like that in between feel. It's cool though, like it works really well for this. All right, go back 5. Let's keep going.
Not if you get it, and no matter what the outcome, you better accept it.
This is Sonic, man. Sonic got way heavier. There's like that descending, like almost siren sound. It's not like a guitar lick or some kind of synth lick, but definitely, dude, I grew up playing Sonic on the Sega Genesis with like 8-bit sounds and or more than 16-bit sounds with like rings popping out and everything. This is pretty intense. All right, back 5. Let's keep going. That was cool. Underneath that, where they hit did we switch vocalists here? I can't tell, but there was just a lot of notey stuff going on, and we finally got to I was waiting when that was gonna drop. Let's go back and get this transition again. Well, that was a lot of fun. I felt like we got a mix of everything we had from the beginning happen again, but then there was the one section where we get our little double bass that came in. That's cool. There's a lot of guitar happening the whole time. I feel like those two layers between our like kind of fuzzy rhythm sound and then are just all these notes that are happening. They kind of like exist in the same realm as that when I was saying that like reverb far off vocal sound. It's kind of there. So it's present, but not so present. But it definitely creates a lot of noise. Not in a bad way. It's just a lot to listen to. Okay, let's keep going. Back five.
It's like I'm seeing double vision. Take a seat, I'm on a mission. We got everything to gain. To become everything you're not. You just give it all you got and take the pleasure with the pain. Yeah, I can feel my fire awaken.
So I feel like that's probably a pretty obvious layer addition right there. Now we have like our little like house, like I'll use the word techno. I don't mean techno, but you know what I mean though? Just that like that keyboard patch in there, but it fits perfectly. It like cuts through the timbre of it. The sound of it is much higher in the mix. So it's just easy. Back fives, keep going.
Give it all you got and take the pleasure with the pain. Yeah, I can feel my fire awaken. No time for being complacent. There's a dream on the horizon. You know we gotta chase it. And when we get to where we're going, then we start the invasion. That's me. Now you must be mistaken. You know I'll turn you into rust. Grind you right down to dust. You thought you were the best. Well, you haven't met. Fire and rain. Call me the hurricane. I'm not letting it go. It's all that I will.
Ooh, that 5-stroke roll in the snare drum at the end. I just want to say out great animation on the lyrics, by the way, to the channel that did this. It matches it really well. So far, this is my favorite piece of the favorite part of the song because we got super animated there to the point where I'm going to go back 15 seconds, so I just want that part again. Actually, I'll go 20.
When we get to where we're going, then we start the invasion. That's me, now you must be mistaken. You know I'll turn you into rust. Grind you right down to dust. You thought you were the best. Well, you haven't met. Fire and rain, call me the hurricane. I'm not letting it go, 'cause it's all that I will go.
Oh God! Oh, we had that 5-stroke roll on the snare, and then the pitch goes up too. Obviously, all controlled, you know, like edited post. It's all engineering, but it's cool though. It works really well. So basically, that second is everything we've heard that happened right there. It has happened previously, but they just kind of put it together because that was our halftime breakdown. But it was way more interesting than the first halftime breakdown. The first halftime breakdown was fine too, but this was just more there. So it's just a little more solid, a little more spice putting in there, and it makes complete sense, right? Because you, the listener, we're going through a musical journey. It's good stuff. Yeah, interesting. That's all a combo of everything we've heard before. Fun use of jakutu, pakutu, pakaku, kagu, kagatu, gadatu, gada, those kind of combinations. I will say the vocals, like, yeah, it sounds cool, but it also sounds like super saturated with, you know, everything post-production engineered, making sure that sound is that sound versus organic voice. I don't actually know how much of this is, if at all, other than the vocalist. I mean, those could just be, you know, programmed drums. The guitar part could all be programmed. I have no clue. Is it a real band? Is it, you know, or half the time when I do these, I just, you know, I'm like, I'll put it out of my head. I'll just take it for what it is. But, you know, I think about it though. So if you know, let me know. Let's keep going here. That was a great guitar solo. So everything I just said, yeah, I feel like that's very real. That was amazing. So amazing. We have to go back. I just need the last 15 of it to come out of it and see what we transition into. Okay, that was great. So everything I just said before that, or so a minute ago, just let that go out the window. That was amazing. That makes you want to play. That's inspirational. What is Sonic doing now? Like, I feel like we're going to war here, man. This is so heavy. I literally have not played Sonic since the Sega Genesis. That's how old I am and how long it's been. So those of you that are like Sonic fans, let me know what's up because this is pretty intense. All right, let's keep going here.
Here we go, it's the end of the show. Hear them, they're calling your name. 'Cause in the end, it's you and your friends. You'll find your flame.
Nice range on the vocals at the end, that upper head voice there. That was pretty cool. Again, we got to give another shout out to Yesmin10. Great job on those animated lyrics. And I see they got Motion Array in your list there. I love Motion Array. So that was cool. All right, on to the next one. Next up is Guilty Gear. The piece is What Do You Fight For? Let's get into it. Cool. Yeah, the guitar on the left versus the guitar on the right thing was fun. And at first I was like, wait, is there some dissonance between bass and guitar stuff? But it's definitely on purpose. It was cool. And then we get hit with that little feel change coming out of the intro. Sorry, I need the intro one more time. We'll let it go, but it's good stuff. Before we get into the lyrics, the mix is beautiful. The levels sound so good, and the cleanliness, like we always talk about this, it sounds so good. It's just beautiful stuff.
Everything in this world leads to soul enlightenment. There is nothing wasted about our lives. There's no
Anybody else getting a vibe from that? Almost sounded Beatles-ish. Whatever. It's not. I'm not comparing. I mean, maybe a little bit. It just gave me that for a second. Anyway, shout out to the drummer too. Man, the toms sound amazing. Oh.
There's no falling in spring. Moon hangs during the day. One with self and time. So I'll look into the bottom line. If so, what do you fight for? You deny your thirst. Now it's time to feast. Bring it out.
That little B section right there, it's obviously full of so much drum stuff happening, but there's a lot of notes. There's like this purposeful dissonance going on between the bass and guitar work, and I absolutely love it. Sorry, I'm gonna go back 15 and grab that again. I'm gonna try to ignore the lyrics.
So I'll look into the bottom line. If so, what do you fight for? You deny your thirst. Now it's time to feast. Bring it out.
Where I made that face, it's like there's like a nice string pop there, and it just really clashes with the guitar work, but it's done on purpose. A lot of times you might hear them like, oh, it's a mistake. It's definitely not a mistake. It's intentional. Very cool. And those fills are just super notey. It's good stuff. Good cymbal work too. I heard some really purposeful ride bell hits there.
Your thirst. Now it's time to feast. Bring it out. Keep grinding. Diving deep like cold steel. I won't face my doom. Sayonara. Well done. How dare you? Never too late to bend the knee. When hell freezes over. Sayonara.
Did you hear the demon harmony in my right ear? It was like, wait out here. It was freaky, man. I was like, what the hell's going on? That was pretty cool. But yeah, they brought the house on that one. Okay, cool. Let's keep going.
Sayonara.
That's a sick effect right there. So you have like the megaphone speaker effect on the voice, but now in the background, that's foreground. In the background, we've got that da, 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 the part that I compared to the Beatles lick there. That's going on too, with all the other stuff happening. So this is cool. This is very cool.
Highly acclaimed in the medical field and construction industries that we need to live and breathe. Will alleviate our crisis and reshape what our daily life is.
Let go, carriage is forever. It's the what do you fight for? The world is starting to resist you now. It's time to feast. Bring it out, keep grinding, diving deep like cold steel. I won't face my doom, sayonara. Well done, how dare you? Never too late to bend the knee. When hell freezes over, sayonara. I know the time of.
All right, cool. Before we get into this, the bridge here, man, great money beats, right? We talked about it before. Boom, ga, boom, ga, boom, ga. Just playing, making money, keeping the band solid. The whole rhythm section is so consistent. All these fills, all the tags that bring us back in, everything is literally perfect, as it should be, because you know it's the final product. But just saying, like, shout out to Ishiwatari, because I'm pretty sure that's who wrote this. But the whole sound, I don't know the musicians that are playing unless they play everything. But this just lines up really, really, really well.
I know the time of darkness will come someday, but I will fight it till the day I die.
That was cool. Ba-ba and ba-ba doom. Digga-da and da-da digga-da. Bring us back in. But of course, we have our obligatory halftime breakdown. Tempo is still staying here, but with this is the focus instead. But the math is still right here. It's still the same length, but it just, like we always say, it jars your listener. It gives them somewhere else to go, and then we bring it back in, probably to a guitar feature. So back 5, and let's keep going. Okay, that was pretty interesting. Underneath that guitar feature, it was not just a straight digga 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 da in our percussion, our bass or double bass here. We had a lot of like that digga digga that digga digga that, almost like tap roll ish stuff going on with the feet. I don't even know, because I was listening to guitar and I was like, wait, the drums are doing something cool. I go back 5, 10, 15, 20 to grab them. Get that. Very cool.
The world is starting to reject you. If so, what do you fight for? You must learn your place. Now it's time to feast. Bring it out.
There's a lot of little intricacies that happen right there. Oh, sorry, I have to go back 5, 10, 15, 20. There's just so many, and like it almost felt like a really quick accelerando, just like to like 8 beats quicker, and they're back. I could be wrong. There was just so much happening.
The world is starting to reject you. If so, what do you fight for? You must learn your place. Now it's time to feast.
There's just a little spice in there. That's super fun when you do that, because you just tell the band, hey, just for those last 3 notes, just squish them, fit them into a smaller space, and then we go right back to where the Met was laying. I love that stuff, man. That's so cool. All right, back 5, we'll let it go.
You must learn your place. Now it's time to feast. Bring it out, keep grinding, diving deep like cold steel. I won't face my doom, sayonara. Well done, how dare you? Never too late to bend the knee. When hell freezes over, sayonara. I know the time of darkness will
no. Got a sweet tag in the end. We also got some harmonies that we hadn't had at all. And I felt like we got the most double bass at the end there. So that was a great piece. At this point, I'm beginning to understand why people say so many positive things about Guilty Gear, because I've not been disappointed once. I think this is our third piece we've done on the channel, and I'm a fan so far. So I can only imagine I'll probably just continue to be a fan. And now finally we're at God of War. When I went in the Discord, the suggestion I found that was for way back, it's for God of War 3, the main theme. That should be cool. That's so creepy sound. I think that technique for violins or strings is called punticello. I'm not sure, but it's like where you bow back by the bridge, you get like a super, it sounds like hyenas, like off in the distance, like kind of with mixed with like glissando, so we get these like harmonics. The other cool part, that concert bass drum, they're like hitting with a glass bowl or like maybe a tiny brake drum or a small anvil maybe. Either way, it doesn't matter. It sounds really good. Okay, that was interesting. We have no tonal center. Suddenly we get boom, a tubular bell, and then the brass swell out of nowhere, like super aggressive too. Like it kind of freaked me out, but that's interesting. All right, back 5. Let's see where this goes. Good Lord, man. That is so good. Anytime you get super blatty low brass, it just brings in that doom sound. And of course, when combined with all the choral stuff, it's pretty rough around the edges, but in a great way. And we drop out in the beginning, there's no time, right? You just hear all that punticello stuff, the crazy like hyena sounds. And then suddenly we're 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're in a very dominant 3, 4. And our main thematic layers here are the low end chunks, big chunky sounds we have. And then it sounds like cellos and basses are digging in pretty deep, mixed in with all our brass and choral stuff here. This is it's kind of freaky. Let's go back 5 and keep going here. Da, 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 da. Very cool. The best part about this so far has got to be the chord progression, though. I thought we were going to do some like weird kind of Phrygian mode type of thing, but then we went somewhere else, and I have no clue what the progression is, but it does sound very nice considering how unpredictable it is. Wow, very aggressive, suspended cymbal, crescendos, and immediate muting. Very cool, because that just gives like such a harsh element to what's going on. And the melody is big, long, and slow, but the elements that are going on underneath it are very like agitated and kind of rough. I did hear some hand drums happening there too, only for a little bit, but I can't quite tell. Maybe they'll come back, but this is definitely real good on the ears so far. Okay, there was 4 sequences right there where the chords went from dissonant to tonal to dissonant to tonal. I think I definitely need to hear all that again. 5, 10, 15. Not back far enough. It's going to be a huge cluster of sound. Like if you think like how they're stacked bottom to top, it's just a wave of not noise, but sound, but it resolves. Wow, ba 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 ba. You can hear that big. That is the like foreground melody, but underneath that, all the string parts or like counter melodies to it. You can't get it all in one go. We have to go back. That is amazing. Listen down for like cello voice, violin, viola voice. Now, in reality, they're playing arpeggios. I use the word counter melody pretty incorrectly there. They're basically outlining the chords. The first time I heard it, it struck me as that, but listening back the second time, you can see how they're like supportive roles there. But still, it's still a sound that is, you know, counter to the foreground sound. It's still there. You kind of like have to focus your oral focus. But really, I should have looked up who the composer was. This is really great writing. All right, back 5. There's a lot happening there. There's a clever use of transition coming out of because the choir and like the really loud brass parts are doubling each other. Doubling meaning they're playing the same melody, same rhythm. So it's kind of a really bright wall of sound. When I hear that kind of stuff, like I've talked about before, how I kind of like see colors with instrument relationships and different harmonies. To me, that's like a super bright sound. Then it gets pulled away and the color gets way more like median range because the strings have that kind of tone to me. They take over and then it's kind of reintroduced. There's a lot going on where all the dynamics are loud. Like the volume is just like in your face. So when that is kind of like kind of plateau, it makes it a little bit harder for me to distinguish everything because there's not as much variety. It's still really good writing. I need to go back though. This is going to be like 25 seconds. Yeah, so lots of ba-da-da, ba-ba-da, ba-da-da-da. Like there's a rhythm that's played out as a call, then it's responded from another instrument section with a different rhythm but similar tonality. So very cool use. If you think contour, like if you're like visualizing the notes on the page, you can kind of like, even if you don't like play or read music at all, you can still see like how that works. Like way back in the old days, that was a style of writing. I'm talking like Gregorian chant, like we're talking forever ago. There was a style of writing music called neumes, N-E-U-M-E-S, I think. It's been a while since I thought about this. But basically, music was written on like transcript sheets where it just had like directions of like telling you that the music goes up or down. It doesn't like actually have like actual intervals for like actual notes. Just the players and performers had to know, you know, where that was going. So that's kind of like the, I guess you could say the introduction of like contour where that is. So you can like think in that if you don't play at all, if you're like, okay, well, I'm noticing that the brass is doing this or the strings are just kind of doing these kind of things. And that'll really help isolate how this all works and fits together. But obviously our strong beats, and then all of a sudden we get this weird cluster chord. Sounds like some mess of augmented, diminished combination. Who even knows? But that was pretty cool. And then we're going to resolve into something that's going to take us out inevitably because I can see we're here at 3 minutes and 10 out of 3:36. So I'm very curious to see how this ends. I went back 5 here. Very cool. It feels like boom. We end in 4/4, just super slow, so the field change pulls back, and then we have the obligatory string run, and then ba-da-da. So I haven't thought about God of War 3 in a very long time. I've really never played anything in the series. I had friends that did. I've heard the music here and there, like literally sitting, like watching someone play the console. Not a headphone listening experience, by no means a rewinding, and like, because there's game sounds too. You never hear it this intimate. So this should probably happen a lot more. And I know there's what, like 10 games in this. I don't even know. You have to let me know how many games in the series there is. So I feel like it's pretty much an unlimited library of discovery there. So let me know what you think about it, and let me know what more music from that franchise we should do next. We did it. We did all 3. I hope you liked it. My name is Drumroll Tony. I'm a streamer on Twitch. Make sure to catch me when I'm live so we can talk about your favorite video game music and which of these should I play. I should probably stream one of these, you know? Anyway, you can find a link to my Twitch channel in the video description down below, as well as my Discord. If you'd like to support me, my Patreon information's down there. Click that like button. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you. We'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Bye-bye.